everybody, it's Jenny from the Missouri Star Quilt Company, and it is Triple Play Day. I'm here with Natalie.
Hi.
I'm here with Misty.
Hello.
But even better, it's Christmas in July.
Yes.
Yay.
Christmas in July. So you will notice.
Sneak up on us. We've got
we
to get ready.
Started early.
Totally, we want to get ready early. Like any of us are really going to start in July, but we want to, right?
Yes,
it's
We
ideal.
We
It's
love
ideal.
the idea.
So today we are doing our whole triple play based on a childhood memory of mine. It's on the Swedish Woven Heart, and my mother's Swedish, and she used to have us make these, and we'd fill them with candy and take them around. We did them for Christmas. We did them and put them in the tree. We did them for May Day as well. We would take them as little baskets around.
They were cute for Valentine's Day too.
Cute for Valentine's Day. They're just fun little heart pouches. And I actually have a little tutorial on how to make
do the woven heart.
How to make the woven heart. But we thought we would turn it into a quilt block.
Yes.
And do it for Christmas in July. So this is my quilt behind me. Natalie and Misty both have table runner patterns.
Yay!
Which
Super
are
quick.
awesome. And when you have a smaller project, particularly at Christmas time, it's super helpful, I think.
Great for gifts.
Yes.
Great for gifts because we all want to
Also
give
for
something
decorating
from our
your
heart.
Yes.
house.
Exactly.
I
That's
always
right.
want a new table runner
Me
on my
too.
table.
Well, thank you for saying that.
Always.
Always. All right, so let me show you how to make this. So to make my quilt, we're going to use one packet of 10-inch squares, and I have chosen Scandi by Makower UK for Andover fabrics. You're going to need some background fabric, 2 1/4 yards of whatever matches your fabric. Your outer border is going to be 1 1/4 yards, and this is my outer border right here. My backing is going to be 4 1/4 yards, or you can use 2 1/4 yards of a 108. My quilt comes out 68 by 68, and I set it on point. My hearts are set on point. If you'll see right here, that means they stand up because the block is actually made like this, so you can put it in your quilt this way, you can put it in your quilt this way, but I wanted to stand mine on point. And so that's how mine goes together. 6-inch border out here. We use this darling. It reminds me of cookie cutters on the back.
It's so cute.
My quilting patterns is hearts because
Hearts.
hearts.
Seemed right.
All
Yeah,
the love.
it seems right. So let me show you how to make this. So basically, my little heart is a 9 patch right here, and then 2 5-inch squares that are snowballed on 2 sides. So it's super easy. And the trick is kind of in the cutting. So I'm going to take a light and a dark. You want to separate your fabric into lights and darks. And I'm going to take, well, this one's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
it's really cute.
All right, so I'm going to take these two and I'm going to put them together like this and line them up right
You move
sides.
those out of your
Yeah,
way?
will you just
Yep.
keep me organized
You
and
bet.
not so messy. There we go. All right, so line these up on top of each other, and then we're going to lay our ruler right along the edge and cut a 5-inch strip off like this. And this is going to make 2 hearts. And so then I'm going to take this and turn it, make sure I'm still lined up on the end. Oh, there we go. I had to see that red peeking through. And then just trim this right here. And so 2 of these will be our dark background heart, and 1 will be the lighter heart. So we're making 2 blocks. So we'll put these aside like this. Now this little piece right here, what we're going to do is we're going to cut this in 2-inch strips. And Natalie, as soon as I cut them, I want you to sew these together.
Okay.
And they're laying right sides together. And so if you set them this way, it makes it go much quicker. And we're going to sew 3 sets of these together like this. And we're just going to keep cutting 2-inch strips. All right. All right, now what we're going to do, Misty, I'm going to have you press these open.
Okay.
And we are going to make some pieces so that we can make 9 patches.
These don't want to come apart.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Maybe-
there we go.
Did Natalie sew
I
them on?
didn't sew both sides.
No,
Both
she
sides?
didn't. It just was like they were just nestled in together.
All right, so Natalie, if you'll sew a white on this side
Okay.
of this one, and then a red on this side of this one.
Alrighty.
Oh, this side. So we'll have 2 sets. One will be white, white, and one will be red, white, red. That sounded like I was going to break into Red Rover. So for these right here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay these 2 pieces on top of here because I'm again going to cut this in 2.5 inch segments. Let me make sure this is straight on here. Actually, that's kind of living dangerously. Maybe I'll take that off and just line them up like this.
On the bottom
Do
side.
you want those sewn, or are they for a different part?
Nope, just wait, just wait.
Okay.
We're going to do this. Because of how our fabric works out, this is kind of how we have to do it.
Okay.
And so if you'll press these.
Yep.
So then these we're just gonna make our pieces for.
Okay. So these are the middles then.
Mm-hmm. Well, one is the middle and one is the outside. And then these we will cut up, and you'll have a little piece left over. And I'm just going to lay these on top of here like this.
Do you want these sewn together?
Yes, please.
These are all separate?
Yep.
Oh, this one's already
this one's together. There we go.
All right.
Yeah, because you end up with a single square. So we're going to cut 2, and we're going to cut 2. Whoop, that kind of slid a little bit. Let's make sure that's straight. There we go.
Here's these.
All right, so these right here, if you'll press those.
Yep.
Now I will have a white, red, white right here. You can see this is one block right here.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll sew that together. And this will be red, white, red. We'll sew this together. And so you'll have these 2 little leftover squares. Crumb stash.
That's right.
That's
Just
right.
for another project,
Yep.
huh?
So once you have your 9 patches sewn together, aren't they cute?
They're adorable.
They're so cute. We are now ready to work on the block. And for the block, you're going to need some background fabric. And so you're going to cut some strips out of your background. And you're going to cut a 10-inch, and you'll cut those into 10-inch squares. You're going to cut a 5-inch. You'll cut those into 5-inch squares. And you're going to cut a 2-inch, and we will cut these into 2-inch squares right now. And this is what's going to snowball the corners of the of our little heart over here and give it that curved look.
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to cut a few of these because we need 4 for each block, and I'm cutting 4
Perfect.
every time I make a cut. So, you know, you get a lot of those very fast, and I already have way more than I need to show you, so
No,
I'm
one
just
more
going to
cut.
stop.
One more, and then we can...
No, I actually have 4 in
Yeah.
here. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Look at that.
We've got
Okay.
plenty.
All right, so on this little one right here, what we're going to do is we're going to put our 2-inch squares on the corner. Now, I went with 2 because it gives it a little more of a curved look. And so we're going to sew up this way and down this way on both sides.
All right.
And Natalie's already going on the lighter ones.
I'm going to start right now.
Perfect.
She can read my mind. All right, so here's the reds, just like this. Now you can draw the line if you want to, or press it, or use the diagonal seam tape like we do here. And this will make the curved heart tops for our heart. All right. Let me see these. And I'm just going to clip this thread right here.
Perfect.
And then we will just trim these. Oh,
I'll press it for you.
there we go. And I'm just going to stack these here so you're ready for them.
Excellent.
And again, what we're doing is sewing right on the corner, just, right on the
Diagonal.
on the
line.
diagonal.
Yeah.
So not to either side. However, if you want to save these tiny,
Oh, I
tiny,
put it in the scrap.
Goodness,
Yeah.
these are little though.
They're tiny.
these are tiny.
They really are. Look at it.
They would be
so small.
so cute.
Somebody might love them, but they're going to go in our scrap bin down here. So let me just grab this
Oh, I
one
thought I
from
did
you.
that. Sorry.
You might have, I might have double cut.
That's all right.
All right, then this one. There we go.
Awesome.
And then we are ready.
There you go.
One more.
All right, let me just trim this one. This one doesn't want to get trimmed for some reason.
It's rebelling.
Yeah.
It's trim resistant. All right, so now you're going to pair up. These are our light ones, and you're going to pair it with a 9 patch that has the light. And those are going to make one block. And then these, where this dark fabric is on the outside, that's going to make one block as well. And so each 2 pieces, you're going to get 2 hearts, which I think is really fun. And you're going to need a 5-inch square. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put our little 9 patch right here. We're going to put 1 heart top going this way, 1 heart top going this way, and then this way is our filler block right there. And that gives us our heart block.
Like a little 4-patch.
So, yep. So Natalie, if you'll sew these 2 sides together, and then these 2 sides. And this cool little thing, this cool little hack, can we press this a little?
Absolutely.
A little, give it a real press. I want it to be nice and flat. When you cut strips 2 inches and your wait, am I doing this?
Like that,
yes.
yep.
And your seams are accurate. They should measure 5 inches, which is the same as a charm square. And I think that's a cool little hack. So I'm going to sew these down. Oh, I can get my next one ready. And we can have 2 done.
So quick.
So here.
Shall I go ahead and sew these together?
Yep, the curve goes to the outside, curve goes to the outside, and this little middle piece is here.
Adorable.
So cute, right?
Yep.
I actually like, I might like making these better than making the paper ones.
Yeah, just a little bit.
First of all,
Well, you're a little more into sewing than...
well, and they're a tad bit confusing, but I can remember we would use a lot of times wrapping paper, and it's not so heavy duty, and you'd get halfway into the weave, and it would tear, and you'd have to start over. Oh, good. Iron that up. We'll start this one and this one. Now, the interesting trick, how cute is this?
So cute.
The interesting trick about putting this quilt together, and I'm just going to let you keep sewing while I show them this, is they have to be set on point, which means as we set our blocks in, there's going to be an empty space here because our blocks are going to go this way. We're going to make a row that goes like this. And so what I did for that was I took my 10-inch squares and I need my long ruler, and I cut them on the diagonal just like this. And then what I did was I set these squares. Now I want to show you how these squares work in here. So across the top, they're going to go in like this. Across the sides, they're going to go in like this. Okay, does that make sense? And what I did was when I get to the top of this row right here, I just laid this down like this and sewed that onto here. So we're going to take this one, and if you're ankly challenged at all, make sure you're doing this right. And so we're going to put this here at the top of this row. Or actually, we can just do this right here. And we can, what I do is I just lay this back here like this.
Do you want me to help hold it? Or?
And it was a little floppy. But I'm going to lay this, I'm going to just lay this right on this corner, match up this corner. And that's going to give me about
point hang off.
a 1/4 of an inch on the other end. So if you will do that, that would be great. And all of your rows, so they're going to start here. This row is going to start with a triangle. This row is going to start with a triangle. This row is going to start with a triangle. Now, interestingly, some people, they see it going the other direction, but I see it going this way. And so this one right here, because he's up at the top, he doesn't have a whole, he just needs a little triangle. So for the
1/4 of one.
For the corner triangles, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take one of these squares and I'm going to cut it in 4ths. So cut it edge to edge like this. And then the other direction as well. So diagonally both directions.
Oh, careful.
And this will give me my little corner square. Now, when we go to put these together, again, this is going to go this way. And then I'm going to put a light one. And then I'm going to put a dark one. And we're going to sew them. And it's going to fill that whole row. Okay? So when we do the middle row that stretches top to bottom, you will have your little heart right here like this. And you'll put this little corner on here like this. And you'll have a corner on the top and on the bottom of this one long row right here. because it's all set on point. Now on this other row, because of how they offset each other, this one down here is just going to be two of the big pieces put together. And so it works out really great. So Natalie, if you want to sew this on top of here, and what I did was I made a little, right here there's a seam, made a little finger press. So this is going to hang off about 1/4 inch off either side.
Okay.
And so if you will just sew that on there, that will make the top of that middle row.
All right.
And so as I was putting it together, this one down here, I realized it just needs a 1/4, you know, just one triangle sewn in half, one of these. Wait, do we have one unsewn? Yes, right here. So this one goes in here just like this. And then this same type of triangle comes in here just like this. There we go.
Very
These
cool.
would stack.
I hope that makes sense to you.
No.
Other way.
Yes, so this one goes in the middle right here, like this.
Oh, and this goes on the top side.
And then this one will go
Oops,
next.
it's
Do you want
This
to
one will go
unpin?
next.
Yeah, here, let
There's
me.
little pins in the.
All right,
Here's this
so there's
one.
that one. And then this is, and of course you'll just keep sewing your hearts on here. And then this one is the top corner, like this. And you'll just keep sewing your hearts on here, and you'll do it row by row by row.
They just don't want to stay.
They don't.
That's okay.
So I hope this makes sense to you. You get the gist of it, and they come together long. I made 32 hearts. Makes a great size quilt. It is, what was it, 68 by 68? Yep. 68 by 68. And so it's fun. I love how it came
It's
together.
Really cute.
And now we've got a couple more projects for you. And Natalie, you're up.
All right. It's going to be fun.
All right. So Natalie, show us your project.
All right. So this is my table runner.
It's so cute with those tiny hearts.
I went true mini on these, you guys. It's
I
so
love
fun.
it.
And it's a lot easier than you think, I promise. It's not so
am
scary.
excited.
Awesome.
So I called it Connected Hearts, and it ended up being 21 by 39.
Adorable.
And
So
I do
that-
love a
oops.
runner that has straight blocks in the middle and the
Yeah.
frou-frou on the ends, because the ends
I
is what
love
you
it.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love
So
it.
it turned out really cute.
All right, so show us, tell us
All
what
right,
you need to
so to make my quilt, you just need one package of 5-inch print squares, and I used Peppermint Bark by BasicGrey for Moda.
make. I love them.
You need 3/4 yard of background fabric, and that includes this little border. I just wanted to set it in. I thought it would look really cute. You'll need 1 yard for your backing, and then binding is like 1/2 yard, but I used this really cute little stripe.
Here's the back.
I just thought it was so cute because it's printed already on the diagonal, so you're cutting
Yeah.
straight grain binding, but getting that cute little stripe.
I
So
love it. You guys
Can't
know
pass
I
that
love
up.
really
stripe.
cute. First thing we're gonna do, so this middle part is all made of 5-inch charm squares. You'd have to do nothing. They're ready to go.
Ready to
I
go.
love it.
Pick them and lay them out. And
To
so
make your little hearts
1, 2,
though,
3,
4 by
5,
6.
6.
You want 'em-
So 24 for the middle.
Yeah.
yep, so you can pull them out, but I would focus on pulling the fabrics for your hearts because you need really high contrast.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you can see in the quilt here, you can see the pattern in the black and red one, but this one you can't really see it
It
because
does kind of mush up.
this has a
Yeah.
little, like a few too many colors, and the prints are, it just doesn't show the pattern as
Kind of
well.
muddies it up a bit.
So look for really strong contrast. Just a
Good plan.
it's
a helpful
great
hint.
tip. Yeah.
So something like this. This will go really well. And then you want something, maybe we can find a red.
Oh, there we go. Perfect.
This is a good one. So pull together your sets of
And you'll need 8
high
sets.
contrast fabrics, and then we're going to get to cutting. And we are going to cut 1-inch strips.
Oh my
1
goodness.
inch.
I
1
love
inch
it.
strips. Yep.
You crazy girl.
I know.
I love tiny. So cute.
And we're going to sew them together. So we're going to cut
Okay.
4.
Right sides together.
Uh-huh.
All right. Let me get
4
those.
1-inch strips.
So if you actually had laid those right sides together,
Yeah.
they'd be ready to go.
I'll be ready.
Sorry, I could have done that.
That's all right.
Just a little tip.
Actually, we're only going to cut 3.
All right.
I got my count wrong.
Okay.
Well, you got excited. 'cause
Yes.
You were making
it was
all
like
these
all the
little
1-inch strips. So we are only going to cut 3. And then this one we're going to cut at 1.5.
Okay.
And then we're going to cut it in half again at 2.5. So these are going to be the tops of our little hearts.
Oh, how cute.
And they should stay in 2 sets. This is our little extra. So
those.
press those.
I have a job.
Yep.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh my goodness. These are so tiny.
They're so cute.
They are.
All right, there's one.
Mm-hmm.
You do want to make sure that you don't have any folds, correct?
Yes, you have to be very careful with your sewing and pressing.
Yeah.
I recommend a scant 1/4 inch just so you have a little extra space. So now you can stitch these together.
Okay.
Oh, I see what you're going to do. This is so clever. There we go.
Yeah, and I don't even know if we actually need this one now that I'm thinking about it.
Maybe
We'll
we
see
can
at
make
the end.
2.
It might be an extra.
There we go.
Here we go.
And iron
All
again.
right, so we're going to press that open with our little strip
So
set.
cute. Look at those tiny stripes.
They are so cute.
All right, let me see here. Let's all go one direction.
Yeah, and honestly, this is a project where starch is your friend. I would go
Yeah.
ahead and have my starch out.
Do we have any down here?
Okay,
Didn't
so
see
what
any.
we're going to
Nope.
do is we are going to subcut 1-inch strips. And I'm going to go ahead and cut that side, and I'm going to flip it around because that edge was just not super, super perfect. And I'm going to clean it up. Okay. So we have one of those.
Wow. This is a
And
great
then
hack
this
for making the
Is
woven
a
heart.
flip. Oh,
Yeah.
that way.
That way.
Why couldn't I see it? I don't know. And then this one goes this way.
You want me to start sewing
Yep.
it?
Yep.
Okay.
And then I will go ahead and if these are all, if all of your seams are pressed in the same direction, as you flip those rows, they will automatically nest into each other.
Yes.
And you can do 2 and 2 and then put the 2 together. You just need, it comes out into is it 16 patch?
Yes.
A very
So here's
tiny
this.
16
So you can
patch.
see how all the seams go in opposite directions.
Yeah.
And they auto nest because
So
we
nice.
pressed that one big sheet in one direction. All right, so now we actually don't need that. We are going to cut some 1-inch squares from our background.
She looks at me. She's like, "Ooh." She knows Mom's going to be dying here.
1-inch squares.
1-inch squares.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to cut one 1-inch strip for our little corners. So we're snowballing those babies.
Oh my goodness.
And then I'm also going to cut a 5-inch strip. And this is what we're going to use to set these little tiny blocks on point. So I'm just going to have that, and I'll get to it in a minute, but I wanted to cut while I was cutting.
I'm just lining these up
All
over
right,
here.
here's your little
Okay.
1-inchers.
Set this aside.
Here you go, Jenny. You could press that block.
Press it nice and flat. You got it.
I love
You just press this little tiny, tiny thing. Oh, my land of lakes.
It's so cute, though.
It's so cute. You definitely need some starch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's helpful.
All right, I'm gonna put
Hold
the
it.
heavy weight
Yeah.
of the iron on it.
Okay, so we're going to make our little toppers.
Maybe if you flip it over and
And
press
these
from
little
the back.
guys, we're going to use one of each color because I like that the woven paper is 2 different colors, and so I wanted mine to
To match
reflect
that.
that.
Oh, that's a great idea.
So you're just going to
I should
sew
have done
from
that with
corner
mine.
to corner, just like any other snowball. And they're just little, so just go slow. It's not any big deal.
I'm still
All
pressing.
right. It's good. It's all
It's
good.
perfect.
And this, yep, it should be 2.5 inches wide.
Oh my
on
gosh,
both
16
sides.
blocks in 2.5 inches.
It's so cute.
It is so cute.
I love it so much.
I
Good
think
work,
You should
Natalie.
make a king-size quilt for me out of that.
I know, right?
Right?
So cute. So we're just gonna trim these little babies off and press that back.
Okay. Pretty sure I can handle this.
Sure.
Oh, I need one more cut. I need a, for the corner, it's got to be 1.5 inch square. I forgot that one.
Here, I'll trim this one.
Yeah, to set
Yeah.
it together.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't following for a second. Am I good to just sew this one on?
You are.
Okay.
So, but what I do is I make sure that the outside of this matches this.
Okay.
So that shows my weave.
And here's the other topper.
Okay. We need the other little corner.
Yep. So the little corner that goes in between, because these are 1.5 inches wide by 2.5, you need a 1.5 inch square to go in the middle
Okay.
to fill that little space.
Okay.
So that's what these are for.
You want to press that one?
I will.
And I feel like this might be a little bit bigger than 1.5. It's looking bigger than my other square. What is it? Oh, it's 2.
It's 2, yeah.
I'm just going to trim that down
That's fine.
to a 1.5 inch square.
You were just thinking
We all
1.5
make
looked
cutting
small.
mistakes. It's just what we do sometimes.
It's
Okay, so
true.
this square gets sewn onto to this side
You
because
can
it'll
lay it out.
go
You wanna
it'll
lay it
go
out
in the
and
middle.
show?
So just
Well,
like
it goes on that side.
either way, actually. Yep, just like that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So stitch that to the side, and then you'll add that to the top. The other piece.
Perfect. Got it.
Yep. So from your background, you need a 1 inch strip, a 1.5 inch strip, and a 5 inch strip.
Pretty easy.
Yeah.
All right, here's this guy.
And we'll put these together. Look at these little tinies. I
They're
just
so
can't
fun.
get over
They're
it.
so fun. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cut. This next step is our setting triangles, or whatever you do to put it on point. I don't really remember what that's called.
Setting triangles.
Setting triangles, yeah.
Kind of. So I'm going to cut these 5 inch squares, and then I'm going to cut them on the diagonal both directions.
There you go, Jenny.
Perfect. Oh my gosh.
So
Are they
darling.
so cute?
It's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
I love it.
Yeah. It's a little wonky. Sometimes
No,
tiny
it's
things
fun.
are.
I think
But
it looks amazing.
We're going to go ahead and surround. Oops, that didn't cut all the way through.
So each
But
one
we're
of these,
going to go ahead and
we'll
put
do a
these on.
block.
We'll use this outside edge. And you can center it up if you want, or you can just eyeball it.
Okay.
And sew the 2 outsides first. Then we'll press those back and sew on the 2 other sides. And then here comes the tricky part. You can square it to whatever size you want. And I picked 5 inches so it would match my charm squares.
I think that was
Perfect.
brilliant.
How easy is that?
Brilliant.
So good.
That is brilliant, because that's where you run into trouble. Is a different size
Right.
block, and do you add a piece?
Yeah.
Do you take your seams deeper? What do you do? But this fits perfectly.
Nope, so yeah. All right, press those back.
My pleasure.
And it does the whole adding that square around the square to set it on point. It just covers all those little edges and
It
makes it
does.
look so perfect.
All those little, anything that feels a little whoopsie daisy.
Mm-hmm.
Slide this up just a smidge. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go home and make some tiny hearts. This
I-
was
You're gonna
really
be
fun.
you're gonna be addicted to this like you are with the houses or
I think
whatever.
so. I
Because
think
they're so easy.
So cute. And one more.
Yep. And I also feel like I can make 8 of these for a table runner, and it's not overwhelming.
Right.
It's
Sure.
not.
Oh, I got
It's
a
not
little
like
narrow
making
there.
an entire. That's okay.
I think it's all right.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine. So we'll
Okay.
press that back. It's not like you're making a whole king size quilt of teeny tiny things.
You volunteered earlier.
but
You heard her
they're
say
really
I did.
cute.
I did. And while you're at it, make 2.
Or 7.
Or 7.
Okay, so I'm just going to square this to 5 inches, and I'm going to sort of center it. I'm going to look for all my middle lines and line that up, and I think that looks good. So I'm going to do these 2 corners first. It's nice because this is a 5-inch ruler, so I can do that. And then I can line this edge up with my 5 inches and cut the other sides. Whoops, I want to make sure I have a 1/4 inch all the way on these little points.
Right.
It makes it easier.
Well, you won't lose any.
Yeah. That
You won't
way,
lose
and that way,
anything.
that keeps it sort of centered so it doesn't look like it's like one heart's up and one's down, which
Yeah.
also would be fine though, by the way.
Right?
Totally
True.
cute. And that's it.
That's
Adorable.
so
That's it. So
I
you
love
just
it.
make 8 of them at your leisure, and then they go in the quilt just
Let's
on the
hold this
edge
up.
4
here.
on either side.
Yeah, just like that.
And how big is this
And
border?
so the border is 1.5
Okay.
because I had to cut that strip, but I didn't need all the strips to,
Right.
I
To
just
make your
needed
little-
that one little square in the middle. And
Yeah.
I thought if I'm cutting 1.5-inch borders, I might as well go ahead and just
Yeah.
put it all the way around the edge. And
It is adorable.
That's
So
it.
cute, Nat.
so
I love
it
it.
turned out really fun. I quilted it with pine and twine. And this is the backing. It's just a really pretty piece in the line. I think any of the fabrics from this line would be
Yeah.
great on the back
Oh,
though.
absolutely.
It's
And there's
true.
several colors of this
Stripe.
diagonal stripe that I love. So
Awesome.
All
that's
right.
it. It's that simple.
Well, Misty, let's see what you got.
All right,
All
let's
right.
go.
So, Misty, look at your project.
It's fun.
so
A little bit
cute.
bigger hearts than Natalie's.
Much
Just
larger.
a tiny
just
bit
a
bigger.
tiny.
And I
but
like that it's curved
Yes.
instead of snowballed.
Yes.
That's
Right.
really cool.
Just a little bit different option, and it's
Yeah.
really simple to make. So let me
Super
show you
cute.
how we did this. So to make this little runner, you're going to need 1 package of 5-inch squares, and I used Old Fashioned Christmas by My Mind's Eye for Riley Blake.
It is so cute.
It's really fun. And then you're going to need 3/4 of a yard of background fabric. That includes your sashing and this first little inner border. For this outer border, you're going to need 1/2 of a yard. And then for your backing, you need 1.5 yards.
And this is a really cute
It's
back.
really cute, that kind of holly.
Yeah, very pretty.
And then you will also need the small Drunkard's Path template.
nice.
We're going to make some curves. So let's dive right into this. So for every block that you make, you're going to need 8 5-inch squares, 4 from each contrasting color. And so let's just pull those out now. And I did just make it scrappy.
So your
because
reds didn't have to
They
match.
didn't have to
It
match.
was just reds and greens or whatever.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm just going to find some variety in here. There's one more red and then some green. Okay, so there we go. Now we have 4 and 4, and you're just going to pick out the 2 that you want to be the tops. So I'm going to use these 2. We'll save those for the curves, and these 2. And now I'm going to match up a red and a green of the other 2, and we're going to sew down both sides.
Oh, goody.
Nice.
I get
do
to
that.
sew.
You get to sew.
On both sides, right?
Yes, please. All right, and then now I'm just going to use my little ruler. We're going to cut this in half, both directions. So that way, and this way. And then Natalie, if you will press those open,
Sure.
and we'll do the same thing on this one. There
Are we
go.
making 4 patches?
We are making 4 patches.
Very cool.
Yeah, we'll just put it back together.
Isn't it fun how they have the same look, but everybody used a different method to get there?
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
I love that too. So if you want to press one of those, then we can mix them up because I made them scrappy
Okay.
on purpose.
Nice.
And this is such a cute line. It really has the old-fashioned
Really
Santa
does.
in it.
It's so cute. And then we'll just pair these together. If you want to sew those,
We're making 4
down.
patches.
making 4 patches, exactly. So I'll just keep pairing these up and handing them to you.
All right, I'll just keep sewing.
Perfect.
We got us a plan.
Oh, you got them both.
Here's this
There we
one.
go. That
Oh,
and this. Press that.
Sure.
And this one. You're like a speed demon over there.
well, someone's got to do it.
Pretty fast on the machine.
Awesome.
Well, and normally we would do these as a chain piece. You know, we'd
It's
go
true.
along, go along, go along, and I'm just popping them off and handing them over to you. So
It's true.
there we go.
Press this last one, and then we're just going to arrange it in a 16 patch.
Nice.
And And we'll sew these together. Just like that.
All right. And then you want me to sew that center line too, to
Yes,
make one
please,
big
just
16?
to put it all together.
All right.
And then while you're doing that, I can go ahead and start teaching the curve part. So let's find my background squares, should be here somewhere. Here we go. You are going to cut a 4.5-inch strip from your background, and then we are going to use our Drunkard's Path template on our prints. We just need this curved piece.
Just the outside.
Just the outside. You could totally do something else with the extra. But we're just going to cut this curve.
Here, Nat.
Just like that. And then from our background square, we can cut out the opposite piece.
Aren't you a clever girl?
There we go. And then now we are just going to set these together. And I like to finger press so I have a center mark. Do you do this when you do curves? Because I don't pin, but I like to have a place
yeah.
to match. So I'm just going to
It's a smart idea.
press that like that.
I don't usually think of it, but
And then I just line it up, and then whichever way you like.
There we go.
I actually have another one ready, so I'm only going to make you do one. But this is really nice because it's just a really gradual, and you just kind of ease it along as you go.
Yeah, you don't sew like a wildcatter like usually.
It slows even Jenny
It
down.
even slows me down, but you're just lining up the edges as you go along,
It's true.
and it just works out really well.
And
Our little template is really a nice slow curve for it.
It is.
5-inch squares.
Well, 4.5.
4.5.
I thought I had more, but I've misplaced them, so I'm just going to cut some. I don't know where they wandered off to.
Today is that day,
It
I'll
just
tell you
seems
what.
to be.
Everything is somewhere.
Here you go, Nat, if you want to press that down.
Yeah.
Yep.
One of my favorite things actually about the Drunkard's Path template and cutting them is that I love the pressing them.
Yeah,
they
it's
lay
so
back so
satisfying,
pretty. It's
isn't it?
very satisfying.
I agree. So there we go. I'm going to cut that 4.5-inch strip, and then we can cut this into a 4.5-inch square to set our pieces together because,
That little corner.
yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4.5.
Much better. Measure twice.
That's
Measure
exactly
twice.
right.
Cut once.
Okay. And so now we have that ready, and let's pull over this other piece because we do want to sew two together to make the tops of our
Oh,
hearts.
how cute.
So
Clever.
if you will put that together,
Oh,
and
and
I
here's
have
your
the
green
I have the
side.
green already made.
Nice.
You can see those were the 4 that we set aside at the beginning to make our hearts. Perfect.
Maybe. I'm going to look.
It looks great. It's good enough. Good enough for me. Good enough.
It's good.
It's off just a hair.
It's fine.
She'll survive.
I absolutely will.
I should have probably started from the top part and matched that little place because that part matters.
It's true. And so then now we can
But
just
not
lay this
As
out.
much as you'd think, because
No,
it
you can't
will
really see
also
it.
be in the seam.
It's
True.
true. And so then
Oh,
just
how
set it
cute.
like that.
It's so cute.
And so we'll just sew this together
Perfect.
and this together. It comes together really quick.
This has been a
Yeah,
fun project.
4 nice
this
big hearts.
Yeah,
Christmas in July.
exactly. And then this one.
And I love that everybody's different take on them. This
We
is
should make a 3-inch Drunkard's Path. or
I
a
have been
2-inch.
saying that, or just a little 2.5. It'd
Yes,
be so cute.
then if it was,
Tiny.
it would go on my cute little
Yes,
hearts.
it would.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so cute.
I think we should do
I
it.
think it would actually need to be like 1.5, maybe.
It would be so small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop it, girls.
I
Just
love it.
Stop it. You're
Really
going
small.
down a really scary path
We're just
right now.
dreaming over here. We like small sometimes.
I do too.
I know
sometimes,
you
They're
do.
I have
so
to
cute.
say.
They're so cute. There it is. And then
You know, I always tell people it's not harder. It's just smaller.
exactly. You just have to take a little more
And
time.
You just take a little more time, but it still always, I have to say, makes me a little nervous.
yeah.
You know,
Well, I think you have to be really careful because your fingers are closer to the needle and the iron and all those things when you're working on it. But it's
and they're
fun.
big.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's true.
But you know what? That is where a stiletto comes in. That makes it
It's
really
true.
handy.
And so this is our block.
Look
You
how
can see how
darling.
quick it comes together. We just made 4 of these big blocks for the runner, and I just kind of twisted them back and forth.
Nice.
And set in between with a 1.5 inch sashing, and then took that and did the inner border 1.5 inch, and then a 2.5 inch outer border. And this finishes at, I think it's like 18 by 57.
That's actually exactly right.
I got it.
She got it.
I
That's
got it. And so
perfect.
this, I do want to point out this quilting. Hopefully you can see it on the back because it's just so cute.
This is one of our new patterns,
It's
isn't
new.
it?
It's called Christmas Pano, and it just looks like cookie cutters.
It really
Yeah,
looks like
like
cookie
little sugar
cutters.
cookie.
Yeah.
It's so cute. So that's it.
Sweet.
All done.
So cute.
Awesome. Well, you guys, I have to say, I loved our projects today.
Did too.
They're so cute.
They're
so
all
fun.
so different and fun and great, and what a wonderful childhood memory for me. So we hope you enjoyed this triple play on the Swedish Woven Hearts from the Missouri Star Quilt Company. Hi everybody, it's Jenny from the Missouri Star Quilt Company. We hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you aren't already part of the Missouri Star Quilt Company family, be sure to subscribe so you won't miss a thing. And if you click that bell, it'll notify you every time a new tutorial comes out. See you next Friday.